When you go to college, typically you study something that you're interested in. Maybe you want to be a lawyer, maybe you want to be an engineer, maybe you want to be a nurse, maybe you even want to become a pilot. So what did I choose? Advertising. I think that we can all agree that advertising is the worst thing to exist besides stepping on Legos. Why in the world did I think that advertising is for me? That stuff is the shit. Interestingly enough, there's a lot of creativity that goes into an advertisement. It's actually a pretty sick process. And because I've been spending so much time learning how to sell things to people, I have become critical of just about every ad that I come across. We all love a good movie, right? Well, the same thing can happen with ads. But we also know all about the bad movies. And when that happens with advertisements too, oh baby, is it fun to attack the company. So without further ado, I present to you the worst ads ever made. Let us begin with poor design. Since I just mentioned ads being like movies, why don't we start off with an advertisement made for a movie? This is the suspect in question. At first glance, maybe you're like, damn, this guy's got some tight abs. Or wow, this blonde chick is staring straight into my soul. Maybe you're like, yo, this poster is sick. I'm definitely gonna go see this movie. What the f is the name of the movie? Who freaking knows? The movie poster literally left out the title to the movie. They managed to put the release date, the actors, they even put Robert Eggers on here 3 different times, but not the title. Whatever team designed this said, you don't need it. Now there's some speculation as to if this was done on purpose as part of a bigger marketing plan because it got people talking immediately and creating new titles for the movie. But in my opinion, I think it's a bad ad, and I'm going to back that up with the fact that it only grossed about $69 million in the box office.
Didn't it cost like $90 million to make?
Yes sir, but they made up for it with streaming services. Yo, when did you learn how to talk?
After I learned how to read.
Oh, well that's perfect for our next ad. Did you really learn how to read?
Yup, left to right, just like you should.
Huh, well that's good. You could really teach the next designers a thing or two about reading. This ad comes from a small little company called Amazon. Amazon Books to be more specific. Let's go ahead and read this together, Shroomy. Are you ready?
Yup.
Whoa, is so nature cool. That just rolls off the tongue beautifully now, doesn't it? I'm sure they intended to have you bounce up and down when you're reading so it says, whoa, nature is so cool. But that's not the way I naturally read, nor is it the way that a large majority reads. I was pretty confused when I first saw this. So that's what made this a bad ad, and I suggest that the designers order the next book on Amazon, and it's called Graphic Design, The New Basics. We are moving on to copywriting. Nearly every ad has some sort of copywriting, whether it's a huge paragraph or a small little tagline. Sometimes it's not about what you say, but it's about how you say it. Sometimes advertising falls a little short. How short? Let's find out. So I need to come clean. I actually made this ad. I mean, what did you expect? I study advertising, so I'm going to make a ton of ads, and I'm going to make a ton of bad ads. So that's what I did. However, this was interesting because we were given a bunch of constraints that we had to follow in order to make this ad. And so my task was to create an ad for Axe body spray while emulating the style of pop art while also emulating the writing style of Ralph Waldo Emerson. Axe is the brand that swoons woman with double pits to chesty. Pop art is the Andy Warhol Campbell's soup dude. Crying girl Roy Lichtenstein dude. And then we've also just got Ralph Waldo Emerson, the guy who's like a philosophical like, the only person who you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. Right, the philosophical dude that wrote Self-Reliance over 180 years ago. So obviously, this was a challenge. One that I failed. The problem is that I'm not really emphasizing any message. My idea was to get people to embrace their individuality through the smell of Axe body spray, but instead, all I was really able to accomplish was a guy holding a perfume flamethrower. This next ad was made by an alcoholic. Maybe I'm wrong, but let's unpack it real quick, and then we can decide. Truly versus water. Now, I don't know what you have been taught about peer pressure, but typically, with peer pressure, it's doing something that you normally wouldn't do because of your friends, your family, your fellow peers, or anyone that is pushing you or pressuring you to do something. Peer pressure. This ad is built off of that principle, so let's just go ahead and read it. Still water comes in sinks and toilets, but Truly comes in cute little cans. Still water has one flavor, non-alcoholic. while Truly has 27 flavors. By the way, they're all 5% alcohol. Still water is a weird thing to bring to a party, but alcohol is the best thing to bring to a party. After the karaoke machine, of course. And still water is the preferred drink of alligators, while alcohol is the preferred drink of your cool Uncle Greg with his sick denim jacket. So from what I understand, water is the worst thing that you could be drinking right now. I mean, I can just hear a teenage girl coming in and saying,
"Ew, why are you drinking water? You should be drinking alcohol."
yeah, for sure, dude. Let me just...
Drinking and driving is a sin, you...
There's no need to make people feel bad for drinking water. Some people can't drink alcohol. Some people shouldn't drink alcohol. But they're making them feel bad because they aren't.
Yeah, they should just leave you alone.
Did you drink all of my props?
Yeah.
I don't get it. Advertising and math has something in common. Sometimes it just makes absolute no sense to me. So, let's begin. I still cannot figure this ad out. Rebecca wants 7-inch men. It's an innuendo. I get it. She's searching for the jumbo franks. Don't waste her time. Then you've got Plenty of Fish. They come in and they're like, they give her a 7-inch man figurine. I get it. It's clever. It's funny. Haha. But then they say, let's make dating more welcoming. Huh? Why are they saying that? They just wasted Rebecca's time, even though she just said not to. And then they come in and like, Plenty of Fish. How dating should be. And at this point, I'm not thinking about how dating should be. I'm thinking about how should dating be? Is it supposed to be more welcoming, or is it supposed to be a waste of time? Because you just wasted Rebecca's time, you just wasted my time, and now I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. Maybe I'm just stupid though, who knows? This next ad is 1, way too long, and 2, is not a very good choice to promote yourself. It was promoting someone's YouTube channel. Okay, I get it, that makes sense to me. Except it was literally a 20-minute video of them putting on makeup. I get that the content is get ready with me type of style. I'm not really into it. I'm not the audience, so that makes sense that I wouldn't really want to see that. But why choose a 20-minute video, and why that video? Like, I'm obviously not the audience for that content, but it's just like a little, like, why not just do a little promo video for your channel? Just do like a 1 minute, like, this is what I do, this, that, or something. Why a 20-minute video of this woman touching her face? So that one didn't make sense to me either. All right, and this last one is, yes, one of my own, one of my worst ads. First is the worst, or something like that. This was the first ad I ever made. The big problem with this ad is that it's just disconnected. The idea behind it was to have it circulate during the fall around Halloween, since the sun has hidden monsters such as cancer, but it was just disconnected from reality. Like, the whole idea was just not really put together. Not only that, but the design just seems kind of dull to me now. Now, before I leave, let me give the technical definition of advertising. Advertising is paid media to communicate a message to an audience to influence them. So any post that says something like sponsored or hashtag ad is paid media, which means it's an advertisement, right? So technically, this, our last and final ad, is an advertisement because it was sponsored and paid for and came across my feed.
Goodbye forever.